Hey, it's the Midnight Raven and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how to become a vegan. Yes, apparently there's a right way and a wrong way to be a vegan. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven. I'm currently doing a mini-series on how to be. This one is vegan. The previous video was how to be a parent. And the previous video before that was how to be British. There are 7 videos in this series currently. This is the 3rd one I am filming. We still have to find out how to be a gentleman and a chef, but don't worry, they're coming very, very soon. In this little box, apparently, it is going to teach us how to be vegan. Let me know down in the comments if you are actually vegan. So this was from Quality Discounts or QD. It cost me 99 pence. Here is the ticket, giving you the price. And apparently inside here, there are 25 delightful cards telling you how to become vegan. And it also gives you hints, tips, and a list of edible flowers. And it also gives you a special free gift once you get into the box, of course. So the box is really nice, costs 99p. And inside we get a free gift and some tips and a list of edible flowers. So the free gift is this. And this would be a vegetable peeler. So you can peel your potatoes, your carrots, your parsnips. It's actually quite cool to have a free gift in with the rest. So then you got the noodles. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Looks all right. Potato peeler or vegetable peeler. Got a wooden handle. So that's the free gift. And then inside you get little cards here. 25 all together. And it's going to give you hints, tips. And then it's going to give you a card on edible flowers. So first things first is bone up on your boneless diet. So going vegan isn't easy. It's not just about not eating meat, not eating milk, not eating fish. You also have to think of like the fact that you aren't taking certain vitamins in, certain minerals. You might have to take supplements. So there are nutritional benefits from being vegetarian, from being vegan and all of that. But you also do limit your body's intake by restricting yourself to certain things. And that way you might then have to counteract them with other things to make up for the stuff that you're missing, i.e. the protein and stuff you get from eating meat, because vegans don't eat meat. They also don't eat fish. They usually don't eat eggs or dairy. So here we have a guide to your edible plants. So here we have roses. So by any other name, this flower would still taste great. Add to desserts for a special touch of class. Apparently roses. Next is buffets open. Vegans who crave variety have to get a lot more creative when it comes to being an omnivore counterpart. So with the fact that you're not having things like meats and that, you still may need to be a bit more creative. With talking things like tofu, being creative with like beans and pulses and rices and stuff like that. It may seem a bit bland and boring at first being a vegan, and it does sound bland and boring, like food wouldn't taste as good, you wouldn't get a lot of nutrients out of it. But apparently there are lots and lots of vegan recipes out there that you can try. So the next flower that you can eat or drink is a hibiscus. Now hibiscus goes very well in tea. You get hibiscus fruity teas. So if you're looking for a flower that's got a bit of a fruity edge, a hibiscus tea. Next, the old switcheroo. Big Meat doesn't want you to know this, but it's completely legal to veganize every dish imaginable. Every dish that you have when it comes to meat, it is possible to do it with an alternative, whether it be corn, tofu, make it with vegetables. It is possible to take things like cottage pies, make it a vegetable pie. Take a beef lasagna, make it a vegetable lasagna. You just substitute the meat for something else. Tofu, rice, beans, veg. So every menu or every item is possible to switch it, and it's doing the switch that takes a little bit of thinking. Next is marigolds for the edible plants. Apparently marigolds act very well as a garnish when it comes to salads, and you can add a splash of sunshine to whatever is on your table. So next we are looking at dear friendly dairy. So unlike middle school dairy, you won't need to know much about dairy, because a lot of vegans don't partake in dairy. When it comes to things like eggs, fish, milk, butter, I mean, there are alternatives. You can get plant-based butter. I technically have a dairy-free butter. And nowadays it is possible to get most of your dairy alternatively. Soya milk, almond milk, the fish I made a mistake with because that's not dairy. I know what I meant. But you can make substitutes. Next, mint flowers. Mint goes very well in tea. You can garnish your potatoes with it. You can have minted potatoes. And also, don't hide your vegan. Apparently, a lot of people hide their vegan. I'm not sure how they hide their vegan, but apparently a lot of people don't hide your vegan light. So stay strong, and keep to your veganism. It's a really hard road from changing from one to another and changing your diet, and you will find that your body takes a while to grasp the fact that you're not having the meat, the protein in such high forms. You'll find that your body reacts to you not having so much dairy, but as long as you persist, you know. Next, we're looking at banana blossoms. So banana blossoms apparently are high in fiber and minerals, and these flowers can be used in addition in cooking. Never heard of it before. Now, vegetables are king in vegan country. Vegetables are basically the base of a vegan diet. We're talking pulses, vegetables, legumes, you know, knowing your vegetables, not just your typical peas and carrots, but we're talking cauliflowers, celeries, aubergines, avocados. We're talking all the more obscure vegetables, because things like pumpkins, and the thing with veggies is it's generally seasonal. Certain things will come in and out of season, which means you may have to change your diet a bit more, because some of the veg is then not in season. The same with fruit. Next, we'll look at cilantro flowers. No idea. Cilantro flowers are apparently light and earthy and can be used in the same way as using these in like salads, for garnish, or decoration. Next, variety is the spice of life when it comes to vegan life. Trying to keep things different. And that means trying to colonize your food, make it different, make it more inviting, trying to keep the monotonism of a vegan diet exciting, using different colors, textures, flavors, and that kind of thing. That way your vegan diet doesn't become a bit meh. Okay, next we're looking at ginger flowers. So apparently ginger flowers, much like the root of a ginger, have a strong smell, a strong taste, and can be used in salads. Next, we're looking at get the whole story. Now, people are going to be telling you that being vegan is bad for your health because you're losing a lot of nutrients, you're losing a lot of minerals and stuff that you get from your dairy and your protein. And you are in some respect, but it is possible to subsidize that with certain things. You may have to take supplements if your body can't cope with the lack of change. But you need to look at all your nutritional values, your minerals, and your vitamins when you change, to make sure that your body can deal with the change. Next, we're looking at fennel flowers. These are delicate little yellow flowers, and these are used for a basis and can be used for a bit of a spicy sensation. Again, using these kind of things can give the aromas and the fragrances that you need in your meals. Next, base your whole health on whole plants. So it's almost as rare as a vegan menu at a barbecue joint. This is especially true if you shy away from processed meats. So this is using things like pulses, beans, lentils, chickpeas, something else to give your meal a bit of substance, rices, quinoa, something to give your meal a bit of substance without having the meat portion of it. Next, we're looking at radish flowers. Yeah, some people eat the radishes, but apparently you can also use the flowers. Again, we're talking garnishes. We're talking that sweet aroma in your food. The next is taste bud travel. The thing with not eating meat, although meat is good for you, you can eat other things like sushi, fish, sushi, stuff that isn't so heavy on the stomach, because meat can be quite heavy. And this is taking your taste buds on a culinary journey. So things like rices, the pulses, the spices, the meat would normally give you that like wholesome meal feel, like filling your belly. You can fill that with things like sushi and pulses and rice and things like quinoa or things like tofu and all that that kind of subsidize it. Next, we've got squash blooms. Squash blooms apparently are a delicacy around the world, and fill them with a vegan stuffing and deep fry them for a real treat. Who knew? Apparently, eating as easy as A, B, D. So humans evolved to get vitamin D from UV radiation, but in past millennia, as we moved out of the original sun-based homeland, we needed to get our vitamin D elsewhere. So getting your vitamin D would naturally come from the sun. You can take supplements. You can go under a tanning bed if you so wish. But you can find a lot of your vitamin D in things like fruit and veg, which you obviously don't lose by not necessarily having meat, although you do lose some of your proteins and some of your nutrients that you need for your body. But there is always some kind of supplement that you can take in tablet form if need be, if you do get a bit low. This one is oregano flowers. Apparently, oregano flowers are a light purple flower, and they have a really light aroma, and you can sprinkle these on pizza for a garnish. Who knew? Next, omega-3 from fish. So even though we can't give them a brothy high five due to their watery homes and lack of limbs, our cousins from the sea are also our friendly animals. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are vital to your organs, will come from elsewhere by not eating fish. Things like flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, soya, walnuts, canola oil. So with everything that you don't take from a fish and meat, you'll need to subsidize somehow. Your body still needs certain things to function, and it's finding the alternative. Next, we are looking at sunflowers. So sunflowers, a lot of people eat sunflower seeds. A lot of people garnish things with sunflower seeds. They're pretty much a staple of some vegans' diets. Next, isn't it ironic? Vegan sources of iron. So obviously meat is a big portion of iron intake, and obviously you can't have that if you're vegan, but you can look at things like dried fruits, legumes, anything that's got like a good content of iron in. It may not be as much as you get from meat, but things like whole grains and dried fruits still have iron within them. It just may not be in as big a form. Again, looking at maybe a supplement to help. Next, we're looking at basil flowers. So basil flowers can be used again, tossed into pasta, used as garnishes, and they have a white to pink / purple color to them. Next, we're looking at vitamin B12. I actually have a vitamin B12 deficiency. I also have a vitamin D deficiency, and I am not vegan. I do like my meat on occasion. So vitamin B12, you can get vitamin B12 usually from animal products, not gonna lie, but obviously if you're then not getting it from the animal products, you have to get your vitamin B12 elsewhere. Me personally, I was told to take a supplement for my vitamin B12 because I don't eat a lot of the veg and stuff that I would need to get vitamin 12 from elsewhere. But it's entirely up to you what supplements you take and what you do change in your diet. Next is lavender. So using lavender is often used in tea, but you can also use it in desserts as well. Next, nuts for nourishment. So I can't have nuts because I'm actually allergic to nuts. But nuts have really good sources of vitamin B, vitamin B3. Again, if you can't have nuts, you'll have to find an alternative. Once again, if you can't have one thing, you'll have to look for alternatives. I personally can't have nuts being allergic to them. But nuts do give you a good source of B vitamins, which your body does need because we all need vitamins in our body still, even if we do supplement them for something else. Next, citrus blooms. So, citrus blooms you can use to infuse your food, you can use it to give it a sharp citrus taste to your desserts, or you can just use it as a garnish. Next, read the fine print. When it comes to vegan food, you need to read print on stuff. Find out whether it's actually vegan or whether it's vegetarian, or you need to read your labels. Make sure that what you're buying is vegan, especially if you're a vegetarian or a pescatarian or something, and you want to make sure that you're getting what you want. There is a lot of vegan stuff out there. There is a lot of vegetarian stuff. It has become quite a big thing now to be vegan or very vegetarian. So you should be able to find your stuff in the supermarkets or farm shops. Next, we are looking at chamomile flowers. So chamomile, once again, used in tea mainly, but you can use it as a garnish again. Most flowers can be used as a garnish. Right, it's not a race. So Rome wasn't built in a day, and changing from being a meat-eating person to a vegan isn't necessarily done overnight because your body will start to lack in certain things and it will go through a change. So the best way to become a vegan is slowly. Maybe over the course of a couple of weeks, every other night, just don't have meat and just slowly taking it out piece by piece. Maybe not having those cups of tea, change your milk, and then change bits by bit. That way, your body doesn't go into shock when it hasn't had that boost of protein from the meat or the vitamins that you need, because you don't want your body to suffer while you go through the change. Next, jasmine flowers. So jasmine flowers are a delicacy. You can use these again for a garnish, or you can put them in tea. Next, your favorite fast five. So being a vegan can take a little more time to cook because you have to do a lot more prep, a lot more chopping, a lot more sorting. Maybe get 5 specific meals that are quick, easy, under half an hour, ones that you know that you can go to, that are tried and tested and you like, and make them your like 5 staple emergency meals or quick meals. That way you always have something to hand, because when it comes to cooking for vegans, it does usually take a little longer. It's not just whacking a piece of meat in a fryer or anything. You do have to take a little bit more in depth. Next, we've got violets. So violets, again, you can use these in decoration, and they can be sugared or candied. Next, change your diet changes your body. So this goes without saying. If you start taking certain vitamins and minerals out of your body, you will have to supplement them either with a food or a supplement from your doctor or your whole good place or your pharmacy. Your body will go through a change. You will go through a physical change, a mental change, and your whole body will change. You may get things like headaches. You may feel tired more. You may feel more lethargic. Your muscles might hurt as your body adjusts to all of these influxes and defluxes within the vitamins and supplements that you take. Next, dandelion. So dandelion is a round, sunny and plentiful plant, and I don't know why you would use it, but apparently you can. Next, get buff, not cruel. So dust off your tennis rackets, inflate your balls. Vegans also need to exercise. Just because you're not eating the high protein meats and fats, you still need to keep your body in tip top order. So do not cut out the gym just because you're not having that big beef burger for dinner. You still need to keep your body fit and healthy. The next thing is lilacs, and the edible plant is lilac. You can use this in jellies, you can use this as a garnish, or you can use it as a plant within salad. Next, less meat on your plate. So this goes without saying that vegans don't eat meat. They are having less and less meat on your plate. Obviously, do it in stages, but you will find your body does go for a change. You may find that you miss the taste of meat, and that's perfectly acceptable to miss something that you've only just changed, but you'll have to find an alternative. You've got things like corned meat and stuff like that. So there are replacement meats out there. They just may not give you that same hit that you get from meat because, meat has a certain taste to it. It just does. Next, cornflowers. So why not add some of these blooms to your rainbow food, making a bit of pop of color in your salads or your garnishes. Next, many colors in the vegan rainbow. Things don't just have to be green, apparently. You've got color when it comes to your plate. You've got your cucumbers, you've got your avocados, you've got your onions, you've got a variety of colors. And amazingly enough, vegan food and vegetarian food always looks more colorful because they're not just bland colors. These are vibrant colors. So if anything, your plate will look more colorful. Okay, nearly finished. Next, we're looking at daisies. So daisies, you can try floating these in your soup or in your tea, apparently. Adjusting your expectations. Don't expect to suddenly become vegan overnight. No one is asking you to go cold turkey, excuse the pun, and just suddenly decide overnight you want to be vegan and you're cutting all your meat out cold turkey. Do it in stages. Have a meat-free day a week. Have a meat-free couple of days. Let your body adjust. Let you adjust to it. You may still feel walking past McDonald's you want a burger. And it's possible that you will have little moments where that bacon smells real good. You just can't help it to start with. Next, we're looking at this one, which I'm not sure I can pronounce. Nasturtium, I think it says. And it says that these orange and yellow flowers are a hidden gem in your garden. Chop them up and add them to a sauce or a dip for a peppery punch. Next, get clean in the shower. Get fully clean vegan style. Many cosmetics and soap use fats from animals. If you want to go the full hog when it comes to vegan, you can do it so that your soaps are also vegan. You can do it so that your shampoo is vegan. You can do it so most of the stuff you use. There is also vegan makeup as well. If you want to go the whole hog and not put meat into your body, you can also not put animal products on your body too. Look into your local Boots or Superdrug for things like vegan makeup and vegan products when it comes to looking after your body. Next, looking at snapdragons. So snapdragons are a beautiful red bloom, and you can use these to colour your salads, apparently, to give it a bit of pop of colour. Next, save green, eat your greens. So apparently by not eating meat, you are saving the planet one cow at a time. By concentrating on your veg, you are also helping farmers. You are also helping the planet. Me personally, I like my meat. I'm not going to suddenly become a vegetarian just to help vegan to help the world. I do struggle needing meat and protein in my body, so I'm not going to be turning vegan anytime soon. And then the last card on the back here is for onion flowers, and this goes without saying, they're basically like a garlic or a chive. They have a little pungy aroma, and you can use this in your food as well. So here we have come to the end. So there is a little extra card there with a bit more information. Finally, we've included a vegetable peeler to help you start on your journey to veganism. So in this little thing, you do get the little card with all your helpful tips, your facts, and you get the edible plant list and what you can do with your edible plants. And then as an added extra, you also have a vegetable peeler, and that all comes in the little box. And I paid 99 pence for this at a QD. They were getting rid of these from their Christmas stock, obviously, but if you are vegan or vegetarian down below, let me know your story. Let me know how you got on with the transferring from one to another. Do you miss meat at all? Let me know if you were once a vegan and a vegetarian and went back to meat. Let me know. My sister is actually a vegetarian or partial vegetarian. She has wavered over the years because the allure of the meat just was too great. But let me know what you think. This is how to become a vegan. Give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, support the channel with a PayPal, Super Chat or Super Thanks. Come and see me for the next video where we're going to find out how to become a gentleman. And I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye, guys.